Alright, so we got a new feature from Google AI Mode. Now it is possible to build something using the Canvas tool in Google AI Mode. Now this feature is not exactly new because we have seen a similar capability in the Gemini platform. So the Canvas tool in Gemini can be used to build a website, an app, calculator, simulation, chart. You can also use to build some document which later you can export to Google Workspace. Overall, this is quite an innovative tool. And now we have the same tool on Google AI Mode. So at the moment, the feature is available generally to anyone in the USA, assuming that you have set your language to be English. But I believe this feature will eventually be available to many more users in more countries, hopefully very, very soon. So this Canvas feature in Google AI Mode is again quite similar to the one that we have on Gemini. But from my testing, I think one big benefit of using the Canvas mode on Google AI Mode is that it is well integrated with the research capability in Google AI Mode, which means you can build something like it could be a document, chart, visualization, or even a web app based on the research that was done by AI. And also it is way quicker than using a deep research on Gemini. So I think if you want to get something as quickly as possible, I think the Canvas mode on Google AI Mode is just the better option compared to the one that we have on Gemini. And also I feel like they're using a more optimized Gemini model for coding, maybe a smaller version of Gemini, so it's not going to give you the best looking app. But again, the core idea here is integrating the research capability into some interactive app or even calculator or simulation. So there are many use cases that you can apply to the Canvas feature. For example, here I just created a simple document about the strategies that, let's say, a business owner can do when they have a new competition. And this is the answer based on some research, based on what other business owners have done in the past. So this is quite useful. And of course, again, you can build a more interactive experience using the Canvas feature. So for this example, I created a simple comparison dashboard where I can compare various types of the drones from this particular manufacturer, and I can choose which one that I want to see. Let's say I want to compare DJI Neo 2 and DJI Mini 4K. So I can just check them, and then I can see the hexagonal diagram that will show the strengths and weaknesses of each model. I think this is very useful if you're shopping for a particular product. Or maybe we can build a more usable tool. Like in this case, I built a very simple drag and drop room layout simulator. Yeah, so I can put something here, and then I can put the item into a different location, and perhaps it can give me some idea about how my room would look given the items that later I'm going to shop or buy, maybe using Google. So yeah, there are some use cases that you can apply with this. Another example is this guitar, interactive guitar chord app. And by the way, it is actually audible. Take a listen. Yep, I don't think that's very accurate, but I would say that's an example about the thing that can be done. It is not able to create nice visual, but also it can produce some audio. Pretty cool. So I'm going to show you on how you can build an app or maybe a document using the new Canvas feature in Google AI Mode. So what you need to do is you have to navigate to google.com/AI. That's one of the quickest way to navigate to the Google AI Mode. Or perhaps you can also just open a new tab on your browser and then click AI Mode, and it will land you on the same page. Now, this is again very simple. I'm not going to explain everything here. So how about the prompting? Well, you can use any prompt structure. You can use any language, any style that you like. It doesn't really matter because it is AI. It is large language model. It should understand your natural intent. But my recommendation when using AI mode, the Canvas feature in AI mode is you might want to use this structure. So search for something, and then you can also add some adjective like the recency, and also you can ask AI to build maybe a document, maybe a calculator simulator, or maybe you want to create an interactive dashboard. It's up to you. And then you can apply your personal variable or maybe the desired outcome that you want. Now, based on that, this is the prompt that I can use. Now, I'm not going to, I'm not exactly following the structure on, it's not going to be 100% the same, but my recommendation is just to use this structure because it is simpler, and also usually the outcome is going to be a lot better. And as you mentioned, it is doing the research first. It's very important if you want to get the latest information. Anyway, I'm going to copy this and I'm going to open a new tab on AI mode. I'm going to paste it, and then I'm going to click plus and then click Canvas. Now, you might be wondering, is it possible to use the Pro variation or the Pro model in AI mode? Well, you can, and that is actually a very, very logical answer because the Pro variant on Gemini indicate that it is going to use a more stronger, bigger, better model. But if you do use the Pro variant on AI mode, somehow you cannot use the Canvas feature. So I guess it is really using a much smaller version of Gemini, which is why it cannot utilizing the Pro variant. So yeah, I think that means that we cannot expect the best looking app, or we cannot use the Canvas feature on Google AI mode to build a very complex app, website, or maybe visualization. So perhaps there is a limit because Google is intentionally using a much smaller model. But the benefit is usually it's going to be a lot faster than the bigger model that we have on Gemini. So I think it's reasonable because when people are searching for something, they want to get the answer as quickly as possible. As you can see, the coding is done, and now just wait for the app to be fully rendered on this preview window. And that's usually the longest time that will be taken when you are using the Canvas feature. And there you go. So let's say I want to wake up around 8, and I'm going to generate optimization map. And there you go. So apparently it's better for me to just sleep at 10:45 p.m. Okay, or recommended 5 cycles, 12, 15, 7.5 hours of sleep, the clinical baseline for most adults. Okay, so optimal and then recommended. Very interesting. Yep, this is definitely a very useful tool. Now let me try it again. I'm going to build another tool. So I'm going to navigate to the AI mode, and I want to build, let's say I want to build a clickable muscle map of human body. When I click a muscle, show me top 3 exercises or recommended sets or reps. I'm going to enable Canvas, and you know what, I'm going to build another app in the meantime. So this is related to the latest data. I want to get the latest investment info like index funds, crypto, gold, and let's say compound graph simulator I can play with. Now in this case I forgot to enable the Canvas feature. Sorry about that. Let me try it again. Yep, it's not as flexible as Gemini. Usually on Gemini, when you're not enabling a particular feature, assuming that your prompt is quite clear about what you want, usually AI will understand and will generate or will do a tool calling. Like when you ask AI to generate an image, that it will generate an image. When you ask AI to generate video, it will generate video. But in Google AI mode, you have to select the correct settings. Otherwise, you won't get what you want. Anyway, let me just go back. So this is the clickable interactive muscle map, and yeah, I can feel that this is not the best AI model for coding. This gradient gives away the typical AI website. Usually they have lots of gradient, and yep, I mean, it's not the best looking, but at least it is functional. So I can click maybe the shoulders, and this is the sort of exercise that might be the best for that particular muscle growth. Or maybe I want to get six-pack. Well, I can do this, or maybe I want to do some leg exercise, and this is the recommendation. Pretty cool. Now how about this one, the investment growth simulator? So the initial monthly investment is $100. Let's say the initial balance is 0. So after 10 years with 10% of annual rate on various assets, this is the the total that I could expect. Okay, that's very interesting. Yeah, so this is the growth projection for S&P 500, but how about maybe gold? Okay, that's slightly higher. Bitcoin, it should be unpredictable. Okay, that's very interesting. Okay. So yeah, Bitcoin is very volatile, so it's kind of difficult to predict. But how about maybe S&P 4.6%? Okay, it's like that. And I can play around with the number and it will change drastically. Okay, so yeah, that's one example. And again, it is based on the real data. It actually tells me the number. So in many ways, this could be more accurate than the Canvas feature on Gemini. So go ahead and start playing around with the Canvas feature on Google AI Mode and let me know what you thought about this new feature. And if you do like this video and you want to see other things that you can do with AI, then you can check out this video and I'll see you there.